What is the human rights legacy of communist states today? Imagine living in a society where your basic needs are met, but your voice is often silenced. That's part of the story when we look at the human rights legacy of communist states today. These countries have a mixed record that's worth understanding. On one hand, communist regimes focused heavily on economic and social rights. They aimed to guarantee everyone a job, access to health care, education, and social equality. These efforts helped lift many out of poverty and created a sense of security for millions. For example, countries like China and Cuba made significant strides in providing universal health care and education. They prioritized social welfare, which many see as a human rights achievement. But there's a flip side. These same regimes often restricted political freedoms. Freedom of speech, assembly, and political participation were limited or outright suppressed. People couldn't criticize their governments without risking punishment. Surveillance was common, and dissent was often met with imprisonment or exile. In East Germany, for instance, the secret police kept close tabs on citizens, creating an atmosphere of fear. These restrictions left a lasting mark on civil liberties in many post-communist societies. Even after regimes changed, the legacy of repression lingered. The long duration of communist rule meant these states deeply influenced their societies, attitudes toward rights and governance. Many generations grew up with the idea that economic security was more important than political freedom. From a communist point of view, prioritizing social and economic rights was seen as a way to achieve fairness and stability. They believed that political rights could come later once social needs were met. This view shaped policies that emphasized equality and social provisions, even if civil liberties suffered. Today, debates about human rights in former communist countries often focus on balancing these two aspects. Some argue that economic and social rights are just as vital as political freedoms. Others highlight how the repression of the past still affects current attitudes and policies. The legacy shows us that human rights are a complex mix of freedoms and protections, and understanding this history helps us see why some societies value certain rights more than others. It reminds us that the path to human rights progress can be long and shaped by many factors, including history, culture, and political context.